It'll be fine, they said. There's a September heat wave, they said. It's cold. I'm here in Sheffield. I am visiting every single railway station in the UK, and today I'm going to head down the Midland Main Line to pick off some on that corridor, so come and join me. I do have a severe risk of voyagers showing up. Sustenance sorted. That would have been a poor life choice. I'm not an expert in church spires. Of course, I get interrupted by a church. Oh God, that was verging on factual content again. Do we have a new Hyde Central? I don't like it when Northern pulls a Northern. That's the only time I'm doing that. Now, one of the things I don't like about Sheffield Station is, stations here is on the other side of the ring road, which is noisy and loud, and yeah, I just don't like it. They have tried to block it a bit with this wall of water, which I do quite like. So I'm down on the platforms, and you may expect this to be an EMR day, but actually we're majority Northern today. I think there's 5 Northerns, 3 EMRs, and even a cross country. Ew. I'm going to get the first train from here to, is it Dronfield or Dronfield? I would say Dronfield, but I'm sure the comments are going to correct me. Given that I live on the other side of the Pennines, I'm not used to seeing Northern 158s. Weird to me. Question for the comments. Why are the EMR 158s taking so long to repaint? Are they not staying? Hang on, this is the point where I make a joke about avoiding voyagers, right? I don't believe there's any actual voyagers in my future, but hopefully not. There's some voyagers, sisters, brothers, things, possibly.
Platform 5A for the 11:06 Northern service to Nottingham. Call it Dronfield, Chesterfield, Alfreton, Langley Mill, Ilfeston and Nottingham.
Welcome aboard this Northern service to Nottingham. The next station stop is Dronfield.
So that 195 leaves us here at Dronfield. Now I don't care what people say, because people will probably moan about not as good as steam trains and not as good as HSTs. Those 195s, very good, solid trains that from a passenger point of view, are a lot nicer than what they replaced. Dronfield. And this seems to be a mix of very nice and not very nice, both at the same time. So Dronfield gets an hourly Northern service on the Leeds to Nottingham services. So I spotted down there as a stop board for VT5, which implies voyagers have at some point stopped here. I haven't fully checked the timetables. Do voyagers still stop here? Can't imagine it's that frequent if they do. Could either wait the hour for the next train, or in about half an hour's time there's a bus to Chesterfield that gets in at the same time as if I would have waited for the train, but it's a 10-minute walk then from this bus stop to the station, so I get to see a bit more Chesterfield that way. I might just do that. But first things first, I did spot there was a deli down there, and I haven't eaten yet. Time for some nom-noms. Sustenance sorted. Nom. Nom 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 nom. I mean, it may have its not so good things like the bridge, but in general, this is a well looked after, well cared for station. But I do think I am going to get on the bus to Chesterfield, and I've checked and it's about 5 minutes away. There's a 15. I was worried that was the bus I was aiming for then, but it's not that one. It's a good thing I didn't rush to get that 15, because it turns out it takes 47 minutes to get into Chesterfield as opposed to the 21 minutes this one's going to take. That would have been a poor life choice, and may have meant that I missed my next train. 11:52, that's the one that we're getting. Train. You know what, yes, Dronfield has left me pleasantly surprised. I quite liked it here. Best seat on the bus. So that bus has brought us to Chesterfield. Very beepy. Chesterfield is very beepy. I'm not an expert in church spires. It's a very interesting spire. The town centre itself looks fairly generic, so I'm going to take a walk over to the station. But the spire is quite impressive. Done some quick Googling, and of course I get interrupted by a church. Right, some quick Googling suggests that is a 13th century church. The spire is leaning because of some like lead and heat and sciencey stuff, but there are legends that say like it was done by the devil. Yeah, probably not true, that one. Probably heat and lead and stuff and science. Oh god, that was verging on factual content again. Let's go. So if I could sum up Chesterfield in a nutshell, so far, from my experience, cars everywhere. The access to the station from the city centre is particularly unpleasant. So the outside of Chesterfield station is giving me like Naughty's service station vibes. I'm guessing it was refurbished sometime in that time. But I can see some like older style canopies, so I think inside might be a bit oldie woldy. There's two main platforms here and a third through platform that looks a lot newer. Again, putting two and two together, probably at the same time as that newish station building. Nice and open, yet with shelter. It doesn't feel hemmed in. The newer platform 3 is much more staggered from the main two. I do like the old school platform canopies. Just something special about them. What do we have coming in? It's a Voyager's brother, not a Voyager, but a close sibling. So while I am here at Chesterfield, it seems like the perfect opportunity to say a massive, massive thank you to my lovely Patreons who are all scrolling on screen right now. You so much make these videos possible. If you want to get your name onto this list, the links to do so are in the description, but thank you so very much, guys. It means a lot to me. Right, Alfreton next. So this is Alfreton station, fairly basic station, so I'm not going to spend too long here, about half an hour, but I'm at least going to go out front. So it looks like Alfreton station is getting lifts built as part of the access wall thing, but that's going to be no good if they carry on doing stuff like that and blocking the footways with no alternative access. I hate it when I see things like that. There is a ticket office. There's not a lot to say about Alfreton really. Because Mansfield didn't used to have a station, it used to be called Alfreton and Mansfield Parkway. But when the Robin Hood line reopened in 1995, this reverted to just being Alfreton station. I actually remember the Robin Hood line being reopened. It was on Central News at the time. Strange the things that you remember. Is it fair to assume that given the space here and the span in the other bridge, this was once 4 tracks through here? Definitely looks that way. So I'm waiting for the 13:33 towards Nottingham. So I can get off at Langley Mill, then I got an hour there, then I'm getting the train after, which is the 14:33 from here. That's currently showing as delayed, no time on the board. It's a bit concerning, a little bit concerning. How bad can it be? I'm sure I can get out to Langley Mill if worst happened, right? Right? YOLO.
Station stop is Langley Mill.
Langley Mill. Tumbleweed. Do we have a new Hyde Central? Is Langley Mill the new Hyde Central? I am feeling particularly unmoved. Nothing here. I can see an Asda. I may raid the Asda. I can see a tree. I think the tree might be the most exciting thing here. The platforms are staggered. That's notable, right? It's got 2 mainline platforms. There's, I think, what is a freight line bypassing it. I'm fairly sure it's a freight line because as I got off the train, there was like a freight loco thingy what's it going past. I'm sorry, internet, I don't do locos, they just don't excite me. So I'm going to call it a class 4791. I have an hour here. I have an hour here. God, I miss Glanconwy. I want to get back to Glanconwy. I don't want to be at Langley Mill. Normally I try and find some kind of positive, but you can only be positive about something if there's actually something to be positive about. I'm not being negative either because there's nothing to be negative about. The absence of emotion. YOLO. I've got to stop saying YOLO. This is going to be a waffle station where I just waffle through loads of stuff to fill the time. I hope that next Northern train has got undelayed. I don't like it when Northern pulls a Northern. I'm not even in the north. I want to find a positive about the station. The Shelter is doing better than St Cullen Road in Cornwall because it has glass in it. Bored. 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 Steps. Not accessible. Stations like this, they make me realise why London Boy does videos of bin bags blowing in the breeze. Because there's nothing else here to video. Except it's so dull here, there's not even a breeze. The one time I do a Jeffism. Oh, we have a little bit of a breeze. That's the only time I'm doing that. Bored, bored, bored. I cannot overstate how bored I am. I would literally rather be in Hyde Central right now. 45 minutes to go. 45 whole minutes to go. There's a hill. Can I get a bus out of here? I did it at Dronfield. And I didn't particularly want to leave Dronfield, and I want to leave here, so bus. Where we go next? Ilkeston. Come on, Google. Don't let me down. Bus is not a viable option. Do they have Uber here? Can I Uber my way out of here? £12.90. Is it worth spending £12.90 to not spend time here? I'm not just going to get to Ilkeston and hate that, am I? Sit rep. Even my battery just gave up and died. My battery doesn't like Langley Mill. No, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to just deal with it. I'm at least going to leave the station. Because after all this ranting, I might be pleasantly surprised. I don't think I will be, but I might be. Look! Something interesting happened. So at a station like this, I've got loads of time for arty-farty YouTuber walk past. Also, this Joby is about as stable as me. That's not meant to detach. I'm sure it's like just popping your arm back into a joint, right? Oh, that's really satisfying. Right, the things we do for fun at Langley Mill. We disembowel our Jobies. Disembowel, is that that's probably the wrong word. What is this place doing to me? Ooh, reading material. Engineering works are happening. Yes. There's a timetable change in June 2024. Viewer, it's currently September 2024. That needs changing. There's onward travel information. Where can we go? Mansfield. What the hell kind of bus number is a blue circle? I cannot understand how they've got from Rainbow 1 to a blue circle. That makes no sense. Sod it. If in doubt, go to McDonald's. Right, I have successfully killed time. Now I'm going to save you for more time at Langley Mill, so I'm going to leave a link just here to the next video I think you should watch. I'm going to get back to Langley Mill and we'll pick up next time. I'm going to go to Ilkeston. Until then, bye-bye. Hello, Kirsty. I'm just leaving this running so I don't miss a train. Sorry, you're going to have to listen to me eating.